Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
That's right.
The best show for Chicago sports.
Playoff football continues here in the great city of Chicago. I wonder what they're doing in Wisconsin today. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to showing love, as always, to another edition of the Morning Breeze. A lot to get into on today's episode, as might as well have the conversation now, because after this, we find out the answer one way or the other. Are the Chicago Bears legitimate Super Bowl contenders this season? And then, gotta take a look at this. I don't even know what to call it, bro. Like, seems like everybody's got beef with Ben Johnson's decorum.
Right. Really?
Gotta have more decorum.
Yeah, more
when
couth
you're
about
kicking
yourself.
somebody's butt. All that and more in today's episode of The Morning Breeze. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Dates 1/14/2026, 7:02 in the morning. And I've had it on good authority that Matt LaFleur is not in the playoffs.
Oh.
Sign that
Do you?
petition. You son of a... No, I'm just playing.
BTA. BTA. Signing a petition. Are you serious?
You signed that petition. How about that?
That's crazy.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push a button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. JC, how you feeling, buddy? You look like you're dying.
Yeah, I almost didn't make it this morning. I'll be honest with you. As you can hear in my voice, I'm a little under the weather. I got caught with a little sore throat the other day, but I'm going to press on. It's a Bears victory week. We're going into a very good playoff matchup versus the Rams. Nothing will get me down, okay?
Except the flu. Nah, man, listen, hope you feel better. Take all your medicine. Get some vitamin C. Pound some emergency, my boy. Emergency is the way to go. Little emergency, little orange juice. I know what I'm talking about. I've survived many a sickness, unfortunately. And
how long does it take you to recover? That's all I gotta ask. Like, dude, does it take you about a good 2 or 3 days, or does it take you a week? Like, what kind of sick range are you when it comes to?
I usually never stop, so usually about 4 months.
Wait, what?
I never lay down and like stop, so I never get healthy. I just
Lord have mercy.
fight a sickness until it's time to die, and then I die for like 48 hours, and I come back with a vengeance. I'm just like, I'm Batman.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I wouldn't recommend doing my way.
Okay,
Usually
never
I'm
mind.
Usually I'm just like, I'm not laying down. I didn't hear no bell.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, my way is not the way to go.
Okay. All right.
Let's jump into this conversation, though, Jordan JC.
do it.
Chicago Bears taking on the Los Angeles Rams this coming Sunday. We now know the times and everything.
Yeah.
Sunday at 5 p.m. It's going to be I think a hard-fought game for the Bears. I think it's going to be a tough game for the Bears. And to me, like I'm sitting here saying you got to be on your P's and Q's 110%. But I did drop a video yesterday talking about how I feel like this Chicago Bears team is the most dangerous team in the playoffs right now because of what we saw in the second half of that Packers game. Remember, that Packer offense is not an offense for you to scoff at. Jordan Love ran that offense really well. They were able to put up 21 points in the first half. You thought that it was going to be an offensive day, a juggernaut, if you will, and that Matt LaFleur was going to run roughshod all over you. In the second half of that game, you saw the defense really start to sink its teeth in and lock down. In the second half of that game, you saw the offense start to click and put up 25 points really, really fast. And so because of that, I think that this is a Bears team with home field advantage that you can have a conversation about and say that you have a legit Super Bowl contender. And on top of that, I think Ben Johnson has leveraged us all in a way that we have never seen. Remember, I've said I have never seen a crowd affect Soldier Field the way that it did that day, the building shaking in that manner. And I think that is because Ben Johnson was just sitting there just like, yeah, look at them, they're Packers, hate them, now get riled up, now attack, I think he used all of us and just like just make sure, yep, we hate them too, yep, F those guys, because he knows it's gonna get all of us just like, he said F them, oh, we attack Wisconsin tonight. Like people are losing their minds at Soldier Field, and that is a dynamic that not a single coach in this playoff has ever felt before. If the path to the Super Bowl ends up coming through Chicago, I think the Chicago Bears could have a real case to be legit Super Bowl contender.
There's a legitimate discussion to be had about the Bears definitely making it all the way. And we've talked about the advantages. We've talked about now the crowd being a part of that fourth phase where you heard the whole stadium rocking and just getting up for that game. Also because obviously it was the Packers, but I believe that throughout the entire playoffs, including this upcoming Sunday, we're going to see the same type of impact from the fourth phase. We're going to see the fans go nuts, go crazy. But outside of that, I mean, you're talking about the temperature. This may be one of the coldest playoff games ever. If we're talking about what the temperature will be at kickoff, I believe they're saying maybe 11 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, brother.
It's going to be cold. And
it's going to be a little chilly out there.
You and I, we talked about what the temperature is and then what it will feel like. So I don't know if it'll feel like 11 degrees or if it's 11 degrees, it'll feel like -1.
Like, I'm a feels like guy. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't do that with the temperature. If it feels like 3, it's 3.
It's 3, brother. Like, so for me, that's where I see the advantage. And, if we're talking about the specific matchup against Sean McVay and the Rams, they haven't done that great of a job in cold weather. I believe he's 500. I believe he's 2-2 when it comes to those type of games. And we're one of the losses for him when he came here in 2000, I want to say 18. The Bears
18, he was still in Detroit.
I believe that was no.
That was Goff. You said we one of the losses for McVay?
Yeah, in 2018, that was still Jared Goff with the Rams.
Yes.
That was still Jared Goff with the Rams, and we obliterated them. Of course, we had a way better defense. That was the Eddie Jackson, Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack Bears defense. But there's something to be said about the advantage that still has. It's like you're playing in uncomfortable conditions, and the Bears are used to that. We've been playing in these type of conditions forever, and so that will be a plus. That will be something that's on our side. And so, with everybody saying that, and I even heard I think on the Up and Adams show, there was Alex Smith, who was a guest with Kay, and he basically was like, man, get ready for the Rams to put up 50 on these guys. And she was like, well, what do you think about the weather? The weather's going to be a factor. He said, okay, we know what, 40. And so nobody has respect for the idea of thinking that we're actually going to be in this game and that this can be a one and done for the Bears. But I have high hopes and expectations that if we can get past this Rams team and Caleb and them can continue to kill on offense, start often and early, then yes, we can make a Super Bowl appearance.
Well, listen, for me, bottom line, I don't think you could take the weather into factor. You got to outplay them, because here's the realistic scenarios that we've seen for Bear weather, if you will, coming to Soldier Field. It don't often work. Yeah, I mean, Matthew Stafford has played in this environment in those 2 games, right? It's very tough to say that Stafford was the issue. He's got a 6-to-1 touchdown interception ratio in those 2 games. He, for the most part, has played pretty well. And what you saw from him last year in Philly, now again, it wasn't this cold last year in Philly, but still a cold weather game. And what you saw from him last year in Philly was a guy who can go in there and navigate the elements. Devontae Adams has been in cold weather games a ton before, right? Puka Nacua might be the one where you say he hasn't been here. Of course, the offensive line, you could kind of say maybe they haven't been here, although Coleman Shelton played in Chicago last year when we had some of these cold weather games. So I don't think that the weather is going to be the end-all, be-all factor. I do think that it plays a part in it when you put everything together. It's not just the weather. For me, it is weather, stadium conditions, Chicago Bears fans losing their minds, but you still got to go out there and you got to outplay them. And I think that's my thing. Like, when it comes down to it for me, when I'm talking about Super Bowl contenders, I think you have a team that can go in there and outplay the Rams. I think you have a team that can go in there. And I'm not saying that I think that the Bears are the better team. We haven't seen the Bears put 4 quarters together. But the part that we need, there's always this okay, but when does it happen? Is this the week where it does click for 4 quarters? Because I'll tell you this, if the Bears figure out, and I would say more so your identity is what we've seen, the comeback team that's always fighting its way back into a game's going to be tied late. But if at any point the Bears figure out, let's not even say 4, if the Bears figure out 2.5 quarters, if you can get 2.5 quarters,
you're putting up 35 points.
It's a team that feels very unstoppable. And I'm talking about offensively and defensively. Defensively, what we saw in the second half versus a high-powered offense was incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
How you shut down Josh Jacobs was impressive. You made them go away from utilizing Josh Jacobs. How you made Christian Watson's life, how you made Jaden Reed's life so much harder in that second half. How you utilized Kyler Gordon. And I'll be honest with you, bottom line was, as bad as the team played, I thought you could say the coaching was right there with them. And then all of a sudden, everything kind of picked up and put itself right back together in those final moments. DA was just like, oh, we're going to run man coverage. We're going to have our identity. And then in the second half, he was like, all right, zone it up, baby. Those are the things to me where, you have the coaching has to hit the ground running, and the coaching has to be on point in these moments as well. I should not see Nick McLeod for that many snaps at any point ever again.
What you say? You don't want to see him out there as much, huh?
Listen, he's a fill-in spot, right? Yeah, Kyler, you need a breather. Yep, Nick, go on ahead and get out there, and we're gonna help you out. Don't you worry. All right, bring your butt back. We don't want you out there too long. They start to look at you that. To me, though, I think this is a team that when you saw them put it together, that team looked dominant. That team looked like a juggernaut that was unstoppable. And that is how we have seen playoffs in the past go. When Joe Flacco and that offense finally figured it out, it was like, oh, snap, we get to pair this up with this defense. We are going to go win the Super Bowl. When, what's another good one Peyton Manning never did when he was on that Denver team.
Denver team or Denver Carriers?
Yeah, that was ugly. They just dragged his carcass to the Super Bowl and were just like, get across the finish line. You got a second one with your brother. Here you go.
Maybe even the Tom Brady Buccaneers. They had a decent defense as well.
Nah, that was a dominant team. Tom Brady was still cooking on that team. I'm trying to think. There was another one that I was saying yesterday where it was like they just called the Giants, right? The biggest question going through the playoffs when the Giants won the Super Bowl both times was Eli Manning.
Yeah.
And then Eli was like, no, actually, I'm the one that's like my dad out here. Let me slang this thing for you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eli.
All right. A little bit there. No, right. I totally agree with you. That's where my confidence lies, is that you look at the second half of the last game against the Packers and the defense, whatever adjustments Dennis Allen finally made. I say finally because it seemed as if the past few games, even going into the latter part of the season, it didn't seem like there was anything that was being done differently from the first half to the second half. And it was just a poor showing constantly from the defense. And that's why Ben Johnson kept going for it on fourth. And so if you look and you try to, whatever blueprint you put into that second half on offense and defense, let's carry that over into this game and start early. And then, of course, Caleb said as much as like, hey, we gotta give attention to the little details. That really is what matters when you're playing a team that is complete as the Rams, is how can you keep up with them? You saw when they played against the 49ers on offense, it was nothing. They kept going back and forth, tit for tat. And now it's a matter of, okay, well, can the defense kind of replicate what they did,
Yeah.
where they only gave up 6 points in the second half, and they tightened up and they got a little bit more disciplined in their assignment. Where, yeah, you can now say, hey, we can keep up with these Rams. And even for a stat perspective, again, going back to the whole weather thing, I know you're saying, okay, weather plays a factor, but it's not a big factor. Here's the average for the Rams in those weather games. They average only 15 points per game. Their highest total was 23 against Denver in 2018. And so as offensively balanced and as much as they are an offensive juggernaut, they probably will have some issues. I'm not sitting here and saying we will, stop Puka Nacua from catching a pass or Devontae Adams. Like, that is an elite wide receiver core, and their tight end. Like I believe that they have some really good offensive weapons.
And we're probably not going to be able to pressure Matthew Stafford. That's
Look,
the most concerning part.
Again, I think the X factor will be, we've seen Coleman Shelton constantly get pushed back. This is the game where I feel like our interior of our defensive line really needs to step up. You want to talk about the Javon Dexters and obviously Billings. They need to make a name for themselves in this game. There's an opportunity for you to truly get some pressure from the inside straight on Matt Stafford, because we've seen Coleman Shelton time and time again get taken advantage of. Now, how in the world he got a starting spot going back to the Rams, I don't know. But
injury.
Let's take advantage of that. Injury? Hey, great.
Because of injury.
Knock him onto his backside. We've seen this tape millions of times here in Chicago. Take advantage of that.
That'd be wild. Like, you gotta make you made Grady relive his old war stories of going through losing a 28-3 game. You gotta literally go into the game and just be like, Caleb, close your eyes. Putting on this 2024 Bears tape here, and
you see Coleman Shelton. Yep, exactly.
That's him right there.
Yeah.
Braxton, what are you doing?
Braxton knows what it's like. Yep.
We got problems there. We're in trouble at left tackle. But as you can see right here, this small fat guy falls over a lot. I mean,
like at the end of the day, I've said it before, this is a team of destiny. At a certain point, these miracle wins and these victories at the last second, it's not just because of pure fortune or luck, you want to call it. At a certain point, it's because you've drilled it into their head that, hey, we play a 60-minute game. Yep. As you mentioned, they showed the tape of the 28-3 turnaround. And even they showed a video of Tom Brady sitting there speaking about it. And Caleb was right there before I believe he even got drafted. Caleb was locked in. No haircut, by the way. He's locked in.
Did you see that's like
Brady.
A full video thing? Like, where it's like Tom Brady and Jay-Z sitting together talking to their mugs.
Yeah.
Oh, that was success porn right there. That was success porn. I'm sitting there watching that. I'm like, let me write that one down. That was good.
Yeah,
that was
good. Man. Like, those are the things that you instill into your players and into your team, and it becomes the culture. It becomes the standard, and now you believe it. It becomes a part of you. And so no matter if you're down, if you're close, heck, if you're even up, you know, okay, there's no quit in this team. We have a way to come back even when everything is against us. And I believe that even if the Rams were to go up by a couple of touchdowns, the game is not over. Caleb has turned he has elevated his game. He's obviously elevated his leadership, because you can see it clear as day on the sideline. Like, he wants this badly. He knows this is it. We can't come back from this. Is not the regular season where we lose a game and we can go on a 4-game win streak and get the momentum going. No, this is one game at a time. We got to go 1-0 for the next four games if we want to win the championship. And so that's how critical it is for us to again, give attention to the details and start off fast against this team.
Let me ask this, because I think we're only framing this in a scenario, right? The San Francisco finds a way to beat the Seattle Seahawks, and they end up having to come here to Chicago.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Do you still view the Chicago Bears as a contender if they have to go to Seattle to win a game? Now, of course, you're in the Final Four. You're a contender. You're contending literally to go to the Super Bowl. You are a contender in that situation. But that's a scenario that I think gets incredibly incredibly tough. That Seattle defense is a problem. And you know
It
what?
is.
They have
It
not
is.
gotten worse. I can tell you that right now. Now, the advantage that you will have is you'll get to see what Kyle Shanahan probably tries to scheme up off of a loss versus well, I guess that would be off of 2 losses at that point versus Seattle. And Ben Johnson can go, okay, let's not do that. But you're no longer in this situation where you've got strength on strength, and you want to know who's balling? You want to know who's balling for that team? I know we got Ozzy. I'm okay with it, although the injury kind of hurts. But oh boy, have you seen Gray Zabel?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God,
I know. I know.
brother.
I know.
Brother.
Yeah, that was your guy. That was
Brother.
the pick we were talking about. Yeah.
Little North Dakota State University,
Yeah.
Gray Zabel,
North
right?
Dakota State.
Oh my God.
There was another guy from North Dakota State before him we liked. I can't remember
No, it
his
was
name.
after him. It was Mike.
It was somebody, but
the
he-
one that
he was
the
nice.
defensive pass rusher that's on Mike Green.
Mike Green.
The one
Mike-
that he had a couple of the essay cases on him, and
Oh, okay.
everybody
okay.
was like, "Well, we don't want to draft a bad guy." I was like, "No, draft a bad guy," but he actually sucks. I mean, that's a miss on me.
Yeah.
He's actually not talented.
No, I called Mike Green too. I wanted him too, so that was a miss.
But yeah, Gray Zabel out here protecting Sam Darnold's life, if you will, and changing that entire offensive line. So like, I feel like if you're going to Seattle, you don't have the same advantages that you had before, but you do have the opportunity to see what teams are doing.
You do. I will say this: if the road goes from okay, we played the first 2 games and we do beat the Rams this upcoming Sunday at our place.
Yeah, none of this matters if we don't win this Sunday, so do that.
Obviously, yeah, that's the first hurdle. And then you know, if we're talking about a path where we're still playing Seattle at their place, I still see us obviously being in a game. You're coming off of the heels of probably beating the most complete team in the league with the MVP candidate and probably MVP front runner in Matt Stafford. Then you go, and I'm not going to sit here and disrespect him, but I mean, it is a downgrade. You're playing Sam Darnold. And so that's where I see the advantage.
Oh, no, we could disrespect Sam Darnold over Matt Stafford. No, that's okay. That's what like. No, he may beat us because they got a better line, but Sam Darnold is not Matt Stafford.
Yeah, no, not at all. And so I think that there's where you have the opportunity to create pressure. I don't think that they're a offensive juggernaut like that. I know they got Jackson Smith and Jigba. They got a couple of nice players. Kenneth Walker, obviously. There's some Cooper Kupp. Still he's a version of himself, but still, I think that you have a chance to really dominate them if you can figure out a way to stop their defense from creating pressure on Caleb. And I think Caleb, to this point, has figured out a way to evade that pressure and do what he has to do. You know, and so for me, I do see a path where even if we play in Seattle, we're making it to that Super Bowl.
That to me, I think gets a little bit tougher just because now I guess the one time you can say that we played a great, I use great loosely, but it probably a top defense, maybe Philly,
Right.
even though that they've taken some steps back, but they still got the pieces on that team to go out there and be great. We did handle business in that game and showed up and showed out. I think Seattle's a different beast. And I think here's the thing about it that is interesting, right? If you get through Seattle, now I feel like you're having conversations on, yo, can the Bears win the Super Bowl? And I'm not saying, of course, right? Because if you get through Seattle, you're in the Super Bowl. So now that's the obvious conversation. But like, you faced every test. Like, you have faced the offensive juggernaut, you faced the defensive juggernaut, you faced the best quarter, you faced the MVP. You're going into this week trying to figure out how to slow down the MVP of this league. That is not an easy situation for you to be in. You're going to have some struggle. Like, I get it, weather, all of this stuff, conditions, how he's played. You got to create pressure on the MVP, and you haven't shown that you can create pressure with offensive lines that have basically been me and Jordan standing out there. Like, that is a part of me that is concerned. But you would have faced the MVP. You would have faced either one of the hottest offenses in football outside of yours when you get it going in bunches, or you'll have faced the best defense in football. And I think that prepares you perfectly for the Super Bowl, because the teams that I think is going to get there, I've said this entire time, I think it's going to be a Houston Super Bowl. I think they're going to kind of carry the carcass of C.J. Stroud along the finish line as well. C.J. starting to look real Sam Darnold-ish.
Yeah. On the stats.
Caleb gonna get his get back possibly for a little bit of a hey, come here, hold on, where you going? Come here. Hey,
did you see the graphic
you
where
gonna
it
be
was
a
like
heck of a player in this league with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, no. Did you see the graphic of him and CJ Stroud stats side by side ever since he gave him the young boy conversation? I mean, by a long shot, Caleb has had way better stats, and I understand the offensive line is plagued, the Houston Texans. I understand that there was a moment where CJ didn't have the protection and everything, but I mean, ever since then, Caleb has dominated. So I would love to see a Houston-Chicago Super Bowl. That would be lovely.
Shout out to Marley Supreme. He said, hey, Pat, do you still prefer Verse over Odunze at this moment? Because Rams defense has been underachieving, including Verse this year, while Odunze started off hot before the injury.
Verse overachieved? Underachieved?
Now, I will say this. The last few weeks, I'd probably say the last 5 or 6 weeks, that has been an underachieving defense overall. I don't know what's happened. They've had some serious fall off, but yeah, I'd take a 7.5 sack season from Jared Verse in year 2. Pro Bowl appearance, consistent pressure. He's top 5 in pressures in the NFL. I'd take that right now. Now, again, like I said, going into this game, you definitely have the opportunity to get me off of that point, like Darnell Wright did versus Jalen Carter. I'm off Jalen Carter now.
Yeah.
I was like, I like Darnell Wright, but Jalen Carter's dominant. And then Darnell Wright was like, hey, sit down. You want to, oh, God, get up, Jalen. They're going to call a flag on me. Get your like,
yeah, he proved
give me the dude that's putting the other guy down. You know what I mean? Like, so if Roma Dunze go out there and he's like, oh, we playing LA this week? Let me high step over Jared Verse's head real quick as I fly down the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, give me
I'm
Roma
fine
Dunze.
with that. Yeah.
Hey, man, we are over 100 in a check. Over 200 in a check.
Okay.
200.
Good morning. Appreciate y'all, man.
We back live on Twitter, are we? Over 300 in a check. 300. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Live on YouTube, live on Twitter. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know how you guys feel down in the comments below. Do you think the Chicago Bears are Super Bowl contenders? Super Bears.
Super Bears.
Bowl.
I like that.
We're going to take a quick break, listening to a word from our sponsors real quick. And when we come back, we got to talk about a little decorum, George Jason. Apparently, moving forward, Ben Johnson needs to show a little bit of decorum when he's dealing with opposing head coaches. And apparently, he's got a lot of shooters around this league that are coming for his head. So we'll talk about all that and more coming up next.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I am.
Hey, JC.
Yo.
Seen Jimmy Hoffa at all this week?
Oh no, I think he went to Cancun with the team.
Oh, did he?
1, 2, 3, Jimmy Hoffa.
1, 2, 3 Hoffa is crazy. Drop them FGBs in the chat. It's all week. We ain't worried about nothing. Make sure them FGBs hit in the chat. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. What do we at here? Let's take a quick glance at the details here. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see if they rocking with us or not. 54 likes, 224 in the YouTube
get it
side.
up. Come on
54
now.
likes. What we doing, people? What are we doing? They hate us. They hate us because they ain't us.
Oh, that's a very good segue. Very good segue.
What? Hey, that is a good segue, actually, as it seems like this handshake, bro, I haven't even really talked to her about this handshake much. I've seen a bunch of people posting about it. Bro, did you see Sylvie?
Oh, you talking about against
Chuck Swirsky? Did y'all see this?
I did. I didn't know Chuck was a bad dude. He fooled me for the last 20 years.
I've only interacted with Chuck on this show, so I can't say whether he is or he isn't. I've never met him in person. Come on.
Said that man will stab you in your back when he gets
I've never interacted with him in person, so I don't have a dog in this fight.
Yeah, I can't say it either. I don't know the guy.
Sylvie is my teammate, so I'm rolling with Sylvie.
The way he explained it, that's
yeah,
from
man,
the heart.
hey, we're a bunch of black guys and Mark, but we rolling with Mark because Mark's rolling with us,
bro.
Like, bro. If you didn't see it, I retweeted it.
Yeah, please
Sylvie
go watch
basically called Chuck Swirsky everything but a child of God.
He called him a devil worshiper.
And basically said he's a guy that'll stab you he'll smile in your face and stab you in the back. And he was always running the bosses. He tried to get Yurko fired off of the station. And I was just like, yo, what are we doing? But all of this stemmed from
Jesus.
I feel like it's so funny too, because this had I feel like these don't correlate in the slightest. Although maybe he was saying there's a little bit of hypocrisy there. But I feel like all of this stems from a handshake from Ben Johnson that has started a petition. And even Stephen A. Smith yesterday.
Yeah.
Talking about Ben Johnson in these moments needs to show more decorum. And we have seen that apparently there are a lot of LaFleur cronies out there at Ben Johnson's head as well that just don't like Ben Johnson essentially for how he came in and kind of flipped the table. JC, does any of this matter to you? Especially the Swirsky point. No, I'm joking.
Do a little
Onions,
dance.
baby, onions. Listen, I've listened to Swirsky my whole life, so I don't know.
It is what it is, man. Hey, somebody more closer to him knows him. Whatever. Speak your truth. Here's my thing, though, with the whole Ben Johnson icy handshake, as they call it.
Icy handshake.
Did we soon forget that Matt LaFleur, when they beat the Bears, did the almost exact same thing at the middle of the field? You gave him a nice little pat on the back, and you ran away. It was very quick, and essentially it was the same thing. Now you got people in Wisconsin, 3,000 or more, signing a petition saying, "Oh, you need to apologize, say sorry. Our feelings are hurt. We got to lick our wounds." No, we took it on the chin. I mentioned it to you the other day.
Yeah.
Clay Matthews, during the draft, literally said, "Bears still suck," on a sheet of paper. We took it on the chin. That's the whole point of a real rivalry, and Ben Johnson is leaning into that. He wants this to be a real rivalry, not some manufactured, some fake, no put on. No, I hate you, you hate me. We don't like each other. F you, F me. That's exactly how it should be. Do we forget now? Just because and this is my opinion, the game of football has been watered down, and for a good reason. The safety of the players and everything of that nature. It is a violent sport. And so when you're headhunting and all of those things, that's been taken out of the game slowly but surely, right? However, this is a violent game. The whole purpose of playing football is to dominate your opponent through tackling them. It is a violent sport. They've said it millions of times. It's like having 100,000 car accidents in 60 minutes. Now you're sitting here telling me that your butt hurt because a coach who is finally beaten and expelled the demons of beating you in a playoff game. Now your feelings are, "Oh, you should say sorry to me." Absolutely not. No, I'm on the side of, this is competition. This is the real rivalry. You hate us, we hate you.
Listen, I think people don't like rivalries anymore. I think that's really what it is. People just like to be winning in rivalries, especially, listen, there's a lot of new fans. I wouldn't even say new fans, but like if you're a fan that's a little bit younger, no, that's a new fan. If you're a fan that's younger than me, all you've known is Packers winning. And you're in a generation that all you've known is participation trophies and winning. I'm not saying everybody, but it seems like that's the overarching feeling, a lot of it, right? Because a lot of stuff has been watered down. A lot of stuff has been, everybody has to be the winner. Everybody leaves with the trophy. And so when you've been the winner all the time, when it's finally taken away from you, especially in that manner, it's one of those things where you sit there and you're just like, this is the worst case scenario that we could have gone through ever. And so I don't know how to deal with this. And that's what it feels like Packers fans are dealing with right now. I had a couple of Packers fans who were like, "Yo, the moron that started this petition is not a true Packer fan. F that. We love the rivalry. We want to go back and forth with y'all." But all of them were like my age and older, that were like, "Yo, we want to be a part of this. We want to be, we're glad that the Bears fought back to make this fun." It's why I've said the entire time, I love that Ben Johnson it feels like Ben Johnson is embodying not just a beef with Matt LaFleur, but Chicago's beef with the Packers for years in the past. It feels like a George Halas embodiment. It feels like a Mike Ditka embodiment. It feels like a Lovie Smith embodiment. And that the common theme with all those coaches is they won. They won a lot because it wasn't just another game to them. And so, like, I love it. I love the fact that he has no love lost with Matt LaFleur. I love the fact that these guys it seems like LaFleur is going to get a deal signed here, and these guys are going to be going to war for years to come. Like, that excites me about this rivalry. You want to know what I hope happens next year? The Bears go out there and beat them twice, and we start to push back the other way. Yep. But I do hope that it is a back and forth. I like the fact that every time we play, it is a competitive game. That's what makes it entertaining.
Yeah.
And so, like, when people are like, you need to show more decorum, you need to do this, you need to do, no, you need to mind your own business.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to me. And I'm talking about, like, Muggs that's not the Packer fans, Muggs that's not Bear fans. Like, listen, I rock with Stephen A. heavy. Like, I think that, he's a big part of why his message is a big part of what helps me get the ESPN.
Why you are where you are. Yeah.
But that was absolutely idiotic to say that. Would you ever say that Mike Tomlin should have love lost? Well, he ain't got no job now, but should have love lost for what's ever going on in Cleveland or what's happening with the Bengals or what? Like, no, like we know that that's not the case. We grew up off of rivalries. We thrive off of this type of stuff. That's what makes sports entertaining. It's like people forgot that part.
Yeah. I think it's more so we're living in, not to get too far off and too deep, but we live in a society where, a lot of emotion and feelings, you have to walk on eggshells when you're dealing with a lot of different topics. But when it comes to sports is kind of like that getaway. It's like that vacation for all of us where we can just sit back and enjoy what the game is meant to be for. And when you're talking about specifically football, again, is a violent sport. It is a sport where I'm repping my team. You can rep your team. You're yelling at the TV. You're yelling at other players and other fans of the opponent team. It's all exciting. It's all fun. It's a part of what makes football fun. And so I even go back to if you saw on Good Morning Football, Cal Brandt mentioned it best. He said, Ben Johnson, did he maybe not set a good example? Like if your parents who are saying, well, you should think of the kids, that this is not setting a good example for the kids. I'm sorry. My opinion is that Ben Johnson is not here to set an example for your child. He is a football head coach. And in the moment, he just beat his most hated rival in a meaningful game, not just a season game, in a playoff game. We have finally gotten that dark cloud off of our back, and you expect him to be, oh, you know what, they've been Matt LaFleur, praise to them. They had us in the first half, and, we're really fortunate that they took their foot off the gas, and we just found a way to win. No! F those guys. We hate those guys. No. This is exactly like you said, the embodiment. And he said, hey, I went to George, and George and me are fine. Like, I went to my boss, and he says, there's nothing wrong with what I did. And so if that's the case, moving forward, I don't have an issue with it. You want to sign 1 million petitions? You want to get 1 million people behind you? You got Matt LaFleur and his cronies, whoever else is in this league that doesn't like Ben Johnson. That's great. That also makes more of it more exciting. So the next season, whoever these other so-called friends of Matt LaFleur are, bring them out. Let Ben Johnson beat them too. So I love it. I love it all.
Yeah, man. Listen, I just feel like Booker T and all this, It's just
here we go.
Hey, Matt LaFleur, we coming for you.
Tell me you did not just say that. Oh, by the way, another thing. Do you remember seeing the graphic of Matt LaFleur and Matt Eberflus sitting together at some basketball courtside game?
I do
remember that?
Yeah,
they were like buddies and peas in a pod.
Yeah.
And at that point, Matt Eberflus was like 0-4, I think, against the Packers.
Yeah.
You want us to be like that? You want it to be buddy where the Bears coach and the Green Bay Packers coach is eating popcorn together? Is that what you want to see?
But no. Listen, Jordan, as much as LaFleur had Eberflus bent over during the game, he might as well take him out for a date.
Well, all right. He said you might as well take me out for a date before you take advantage, huh? All right, yeah. All right, I guess that's true. Whoa. BTA.
That was a little more than BTA. Well, DTA. Hey, man, let's get into this final topic here as I thought this was interesting, something that could possibly be an option for the Chicago Bears here. We've talked about some of the struggles that they had at pass rush. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. A former Bear was released yesterday or 2 days ago. Right. As he came back off of IR. Now, it depends on what kind of shape he is in, and could that be something that that actually would help the team. But Darrell Taylor, everybody remember Darrell Taylor? 3 sacks beginning of the season. We thought it was about to be just a great time last year, and then
I do remember him.
Absolutely nothing happened. He has been released by the Texans. And for a team that needs some pass rush help, it could be an option for you to look at. Now, he's not going to come in. He's not going to know everything about the system. He's not going to be perfect. He hasn't played with Dennis Allen at any point. I don't think he's played with anybody who's on this defensive staff. And it would basically be, come in, you see him, go hit him.
Mm-hmm.
But we have seen Darrell Taylor be a player who can get off the line, who can get to the quarterback, and who, when used in that manner, because remember, by the end there was a lot of politics in play with Darrell Taylor, and I remember seeing him in the locker room a couple of times, and he was just frustrated and upset, and you could tell it was very much directed at one Matt Eberflus. Would he be somebody that you're interested in signing in the playoffs? Now, he is coming off of injury, but he is a player who, remember, in 2022, he was a 9.5 sack pass rusher.
Yeah, come on. I have no problem if you're talking about a team, or rather a player who's familiar with being on this team, maybe not necessarily familiar with Dennis Allen's defense, but that's perfect timing. I mean, you got TJ Edwards down for the season. And so for me, I don't know if maybe he'll play that. He can have a possibility of playing that hybrid linebacker, defensive end, edge rusher type. He has the body for it. And so I love his speed. I remember him coming off the edge very fast, creating a lot of pressure, even if he didn't get to the quarterback.
I think he had 2 sacks the first game.
Yeah, no, he literally came out the gate hot, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a steal. And so I wouldn't mind it. You love what's kind of producing with what's kind of developing with Austin Booker. Like he is becoming a problem. Austin Booker is becoming a problem. But if you need somebody to come in and spell him every now and then, I don't mind a Darrell Taylor. I don't mind a Darrell Taylor coming in and spelling Montez Sweat. Like you could do worse. And so for me, what I've seen from Darrell Taylor when he's at his best, yes, I don't mind him having a chance to make this team and making an impact in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think to me, you're at a point where it's all hands go. Where it's all, you got to push all your chips in. And Darrell Taylor, do I think that he's going to be the long-term answer for you? No, I think you need to draft the pass rusher. I think you need to find a way to get Max Crosby into the building. Like I think there's a lot of things that would absolutely help you much better than Darrell Taylor. But for right now, if you're talking about just going out there and getting the job done with a pure pass rusher, which is something you need, somebody who can create pressure, I would be very intrigued to see if he's a guy that could do that. On the Bears in 2024 and when he was in 2022, when he had his highest sack season, he was a 70-plus pass rush grade guy. Now, this is per PFF. Again, take everything into account. Doesn't help you much in the run game, but I think Kyler Gordon does a lot for you on that. I think DeMarco Jackson does a lot for you on that. And you just need guys that can pressure the quarterback. Now, again, what's the second? Which Bears defense was more real for what we're going to see moving forward here? Is it the team that that you saw be able to put pressure around Jordan Love? Is it the team that you saw be able to be in his face a little bit more? Is it the team that you saw that was able to shut down Josh Jacobs in the second half? Or is it more like the team that you saw in the first half? I think that is the tough question here. But that comes down to what is DA calling in my mind. If you're calling the right plays, if you're putting guys in the right position, man coverage ain't it for this team.
Yeah.
You're just not going to be able to get there. You got to blitz. You got to send pressure. You got to find ways to be around the quarterback and play some solid zone reads here. I think Darrell Taylor will be an interesting guy to have to help you in that endeavor.
The last time we picked up somebody that helped out this team immensely when he first got here was CJ And so, I mean, if you're telling me that he can kind of put that same type of output and I always love players that have to come in and prove something based off of, getting moved around and kind of getting overlooked and undervalued. I love those type of players that have those physical attributes and they have potential, but then on top of that, they have a chip on their shoulder and saying, you know what, when I get to the next team, I'm going to show why I need to actually kind of stick around for a little while. And so Darrell Taylor is to me defines that. And so if you do bring him on, I saw somebody in the chat say, you would have should have brought him on before you got Panay Sewell or Noah Sewell's brother that we just signed on to the team. I agree with that. You want to pick up somebody like that. So
we drafted.
I'm all in. Huh?
Wait. You mean
no.
Noah
Sewell. They just picked up Noah Sewell's brother. I believe they got another brother. I had no idea, but Noah and Panay got another brother.
John Sewell?
Yeah. I forgot. I don't know his name off the rip. They picked up some. I did read an article. They picked up his brother just recently. But again, Darrell Taylor, I am all in on that type of player who has that technically that chip on his shoulder.
What's his brother's name?
I got
Bears signed starter's brother after
Neffy
signing.
Sewell. Pterodactyl Pop, shout out to you. Neffy Sewell.
Neffy Sewell. Oh, this just happened like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it just happened.
No wonder I didn't see it.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not a big news thing. So Neffy
what does he
Sewell,
play? Is he a linebacker?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. What does Neffy do for you? I don't know. I saw that. I think I saw it when I woke up. That's why I just knew about it.
Oh, he was down with DA in New Orleans, though. Well, so he's a guy that knows the system. He's more of a linebacker guy that knows the system. He was down with DA in New Orleans. Played in 3 games and lost.
There it is.
Has no stats.
Yeah, so I would definitely take it to Darrell Taylor. If we can pick up Neffy, let me get Darrell.
Yeah, that breaking news.
Look,
Chicago Bears signed Neffy Sewell.
Ain't no breaking news on Neffy Sewell, so you can't blame Pat.
No, I just
it just happened.
No, Chris said Pat slipping on the breaking news. Hey, bro,
that is not
Pat
breaking
don't
news.
care about Neffy Sewell, bro. Like, I'm sorry, dog. Like,
literally has no stats. That's
Who said Chris Rako said Neffy Sewell, Effie the Packers. Relentless Mikey, bring the whole dang family. Bro, Steve-O said, my only problem, he's the smallest brother, like barely 6 foot. Yeah, I'm just, that was interesting. Hey, sign them both. I don't know. I don't have a take on Neffy Sewell. I'm sorry that I don't have a take on a 4th string linebacker that was signed to this team. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. I don't know what to do with that.
Darius.
Let us know how you guys feel. You said what?
Darius said they're gonna use parts of Neffy Sewell to put Noah Sewell back together.
Noah Sewell back together?
or they're bringing the brothers back like the Atakumpos so that they can bring Penei Sewell over and have him play left tackle next year.
Well, you've got his former offensive coordinator, so I don't think that would be that difficult to do, although Penei is a right tackle. But
put him over at left.
Penei is signed for a long time, isn't he?
Find a way to get him.
Nah, give me a pass rush. We all right.
Hefty Sewell.
Bro, Chris said,
just getting nuts now.
Chris just said they brought in Neffy Sewell for spare parts.
Y'all are hilarious in the chat, boy. We love y'all.
RB Catcher said, what's up with this family just getting in the league? It's like 50 of these mugs. Hey, bro, it's a lot of
I had no idea. I thought it was just Penei and Noah. Like, I didn't know.
It is a lot of Sewell brothers in this mug, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, hey, and he has a career. He been in this mug for like 5 years.
I had no idea.
This man has played for 5 years, bro. Listen, shout out to Neffy Sewell getting the bag, getting on the team. Welcome to the Bears. I hope we don't see you play a snap.
Savage, Garrett.
Like, I'm just, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with this team overall. I think Darrell Taylor would be a very good pickup for the Bears in the long run. Let's hope that that's something that the Bears find a way to get done. And, I mean, coming off IR, you don't know what he looks like. We don't know what his physical looks like. But I think he's worth a look, especially seeing what he's able to do here in his limited time.
Yeah.
But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show and Love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As always, for Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Peace.
Oh, boy. What's Mama Sewell doing this weekend? Legendary. It's relaxed.
The best show for Chicago sports.
Rhythm and Sewell. Y'all acting up now.
Darius Hunt said next expansion team gonna be the Cincinnati Sewells.
Gotta catch them all. Hey, that's hilarious.
Hey, bro.
That is hilarious.
I mean, I ain't mad at it. I just didn't know.
No, bro, it literally just happened. I was wondering how I do it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I did wake up early and just kind of like read a random report. Noah got his brother on the team. Okay, all right. Whatever.
He don't look like he could play a lick either.
Really?
Wait, is this his older brother?
Yeah, he's the older brother of Noah. I don't know if he's older than Panay, but yeah, he's older than Noah.
6 foot 228. Roster status, practice squad. That's covered.
Okay.